Today, walkers gathered in Tyler for the March for Babies. It raises awareness and money aimed at making the U.S. a safer place to give birth. The United States is among the most dangerous developed nations for preterm births, according to the March of Dimes. The preterm birth rate is 10.4%, and babies of color are 1.5 times more likely to be preterm than other babies. Sorority members from the Zeta Kappa Zeta chapter today hosted the event. They began setting up this morning in Southside Park along the Rose Rudman Trail. After an opening ceremony, prayer, and group picture, the march kicked off. Men and women and children intent on making childbirth safer. The March for Babies was created through the March of Dimes.
Everybody has a mom or wants to have children or has a family, and so everybody wants to have a healthy baby. So they want more information about how that can actually happen.
Christus Trinity Mother Francis Wick and Healthy Me, Healthy Baby sponsored the event. Macedonia Baptist Church in Chandler, Top Ladies of Distinction, and Top Teens of America were also partners.